we see many different type of implementation in terms of DevSecOps practices and in terms of the different understanding, as this subgroup is really helping the common understanding of what the DevSecOps culture should be in the DoD context, like maybe describing the playbooks, describing the framework, describing the vocabularies, describing acquisition perspective, and it is giving a guidance to the rest of the DoD, follow it. Remember that the software factory concept we discussed, we are looking for the same practices, same process, a different implementation. This is exactly DoD DevSecOps working group we would like to do, which is doing it already. There's already, we can post the URL into the YouTube channel, and people can download the latest version of DevSecOps framework and playbook and some other guidance that come from the US CSO Air Force as well. It's going to help us to understand what the commonalities of building up a continuous improvement, what the key capabilities are. We're looking for what the DevSecOps pipeline means, what the continuous integration means, what the continuous authorization means. So it's going to describe the vocabularies and describe the common understanding, and also giving some reference architecture. Let's say you would like to use the Kubernetes and Docker, here's reference architecture for you as an organization. You can follow that reference architecture, build up your own Kubernetes container-based DevSecOps environment. And then another things also, it's important to mention here, Shane, and a little bit about the container as well. It's also offering hardened containers, so rest of the DoD folks can use the hardened containers. What really means, and in the DoD context, we always would like to have an approval for the software. Without having an approval, none of the software and system will go into the production environment. It is requiring authority to operate, which is AO, and then we are adding a continuous ATO. So continuous ATO, authorized to operate, is continuously requiring a constant evaluation, constant check of the libraries, dependencies, application with respect to security. What the DoD DevSecOps initiatives is really building as hardened containers. The hardened containers has already approved dependencies libraries for one of the modules that developer might be using it. That module can be a Node.js, can be one of the pipeline component, can be a GitLab, can be a Jenkins, maybe data scientist using some Jupyter, some other tools, has approved already in the available public platform. And then people in the DoD users, they can pull that libraries from the common portals and use in their application context. We can cut the reapproval process in our approval components. So we can use the approved containers to speed up our approval process so we can go faster. So that's another thing as the DoD DevSecOps initiatives groups is helping. There are many other activities as well as part of this group, and there is embedded software development group is happening right now. We haven't really published as yet every output, so still is building up. How can I use the embedded software development DevSecOps context? And there's another studies happening as part of DevSecOps group is about digital engineering. And there's another connectivity between digital engineering and DevSecOps. I think there's a webinar we did a couple of months ago. And there is a direct connectivity. How we're setting up our digital engineering ecosystems on a software pipeline, which is DevSecOps pipeline. We can go back and use in the digital engineering concept using a source of truth. Other component will be part of it. So it is giving a good guidance and DoD. At the same time, a lot of industry folks also using that. How can I use a typical DevSecOps framework in a highly regulated environments, like the health industry or the finance industry are good examples of consumers of the DoD built DevSecOps framework.